Will you get insurance compensation if an earthquake strikes? Discover the truth behind crores in claims. It was 2 a.m. The whole neighborhood, fast asleep, suddenly woke up to a strange sound. The walls began to shake, fans swayed, and beds seemed to tremble. People jumped up in panic, unable to grasp what was happening. Small children started crying. Fear was clearly visible on the faces of the elderly. Within seconds, what once felt like the safest place, home, had turned into rubble. Cries for help echoed from somewhere. Someone was screaming. Someone was pleading in despair. Amidst the darkness and chaos, one more question arose. What now? The bricks and walls built with a lifetime of hard-earned money were gone. Is there still any hope? Will there be any help now? And the answer is yes, if you had made one small but wise decision at the right time: earthquake insurance. We all think about health insurance, car insurance, or accidental policies. But when it comes to our homes, the roof that protects us daily from the sun, rain, and storms, we often become careless. And that's where the biggest mistake happens. Very few people know that in case of natural disasters like earthquakes, you can claim compensation worth crores under insurance, if you've chosen the right policy in advance. In today's story, we're going to explain how earthquake insurance is not just a piece of paper, but can be your biggest support in times of crisis. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our latest updates. Now, let's dive into today's important discussion. In North India, earthquakes are no longer a distant threat. Every year, and not just monthly, but sometimes multiple times a week, the ground trembles in one state or another. Delhi, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Punjab, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, all these regions fall under seismic zones 4 and 5. These are zones where a destructive earthquake can strike at any moment. And when it does, it doesn't just bring down buildings, it devours years of hard work. Just imagine, if the house you spent 25 years building, working jobs and repaying loans, collapses in one sudden jolt, what then? You might not even be able to stand up again, unless you have a financial backup in place. To get answers to these crucial questions, GRT Business spoke with Amarnath Saxena, the Chief Technical Officer of Bajaj Allianz General Insurance. And what he shared is vital for every Indian who lives under a roof, because no one knows when that very roof might come crashing down. According to Mr. Saxena, most general insurance policies do include coverage for earthquake-related damages. But the problem is that people rarely pay attention to this while purchasing insurance. That's why it's important that whenever you buy a home insurance policy, make sure it includes earthquake cover, whether it's part of the base policy or added as a rider. Now, let's talk about what exactly does it cover. Most people think insurance is limited to the building structure, but if you're a homeowner, your insurance should cover not only the structure, but also the contents inside your home. Think about it. If your house collapses, it's not just the walls that break. Your TV, fridge, wardrobes, air conditioners, furniture, dining table, expensive mattresses, and maybe even that wedding photo frame get destroyed. The cost of all these items runs into lakhs. And if your insurance covers them, you can claim compensation legally without begging or borrowing. Now, if you're a tenant, don't worry. Insurance isn't just a privilege of homeowners. You too should insure your belongings. The room or flat you live in holds your hard-earned possessions: your laptop, mobile phone, books, clothes, kitchen utensils. Only you know how much it would cost to replace them all. And if an earthquake destroys them, could you afford to buy everything again on your own? Probably not. That's why it's essential for tenants to take content insurance, which covers just your personal belongings. Amarnath says that if you are a property owner or run a business, then you must opt for an insurance policy called Fire and Special Perils Insurance. This is a comprehensive policy that not only covers earthquakes, but also other natural disasters like floods, fire, storms, and lightning strikes. The premium for this insurance depends on the seismic zone your property is located in and the nature of its construction, whether it is made of permanent, pucca, or temporary, 𝐮𝐸𝐿 materials, and whether it's old or newly built. In simple terms, the insurance company assesses the risk and accordingly decides the premium and the maximum claim amount you're eligible for. Now let's talk about an often overlooked aspect. What if someone gets injured in an earthquake? What about human life? Is that covered by insurance? The answer is yes, if you have health insurance and personal accident cover. Often, people get trapped under debris during earthquakes, suffer severe injuries, require ICU care, undergo surgeries, and take months to recover. If your health policy includes emergency services, cashless treatment, and ambulance costs, you won't have to bear the massive hospital expenses, which can sometimes run into lakhs. That's not all. Having personal accident cover is equally crucial. Because if a person becomes disabled due to an accident or unfortunately loses their life, the financial burden on the family is enormous. In such cases, this cover provides substantial compensation, ranging from 10 lakh to 1 crore. This amount becomes a lifeline for the family during a time when everything feels shattered. Now let's talk about what isn't covered. In other words, the limitations of your policy. Many people assume that having insurance means everything will be compensated, but that's not the case. If your house was already in poor condition due to lack of maintenance, or you made unauthorized modifications, the insurance company can reject your claim. For example, if you started a commercial activity in your house but didn't disclose it while purchasing the policy, you're violating the terms, and your claim may be denied. Similarly, if the land naturally settles or sinks, known as natural settlement, that too is often excluded from coverage. In health insurance as well, if you were involved in illegal activities or got treated without proper medical supervision, those expenses may not be covered. That's why the most important thing is to read your policy documents carefully, understand every clause, and if anything is unclear, discuss it in detail with your insurance advisor. In a country like India, where floods, earthquakes, and storms have become regular occurrences, insurance is no longer a choice, it's a necessity, especially in regions that fall under seismic zones 4 and 5. People living in those areas are essentially sitting on a ticking time bomb. No one knows when the next shock will hit. But if it does, how prepared are you? Do you have a plan B? Insurance is that plan B, the one thing that can save you when everything else slips away. The good news is that getting insurance today has become much easier than ever before. Online policies, mobile apps, insurance agents, you can buy a policy from anywhere. And the cost? In many cases, you can get coverage worth lakhs for just 500 to 2,000 rupees annually. But the sad reality is, we don't value insurance until a disaster strikes, and by then it's often too late. So now the choice is yours. Do you want to wait for the day when everything turns to rubble? Or will you start building your path out of that rubble today? You can't change nature's plans, but you can make your own. An earthquake never announces its arrival, but you can prepare to face it. Insurance is not just a document, it's a promise that when the ground starts shaking, your home, your life, and your hopes will still stand strong.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls, and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.